Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today we are diving into a deep exploration of where America's team stands as we move toward the final stretch of this season. While it may appear from the standings that the postseason is drifting out of reach, the focus of these remaining games stretches far beyond wins and losses. These moments are about evaluating talent, shaping the future roster, and giving younger players the opportunities they need to become core contributors for the seasons ahead. There is an understanding across the coaching staff and the locker room that experimentation and development will play a critical role in these final matchups. The resilience, effort, and smart execution displayed by the Cowboys in these games could define the narrative of the year, far more than the scoreboard itself. And that is exactly where attention should be concentrated as we examine every matchup and every snap. When we look at the wide receiver group, one name immediately stands out: Ryan Fennoy. As the third receiver on the depth chart, he has consistently demonstrated the ability to make significant plays when given the opportunity. His performance this season has revealed not only potential but also the kind of reliability the team could build around in the future. Fennoy's skill set deserves a larger role, and the upcoming games present the ideal moment to integrate him more fully into the offense. By giving him additional routes and more snaps, the coaching staff can evaluate his ability to serve as a foundational piece in the receiving corps for the next season. Comparisons with players like Jonathan Mingo or Kevontae Turpin highlight that Fennoy has already earned his stripes in terms of production and capability. Seeing him in live game situations, running complex routes, and responding to defensive adjustments will offer the team crucial insight into how he can fit into a long-term offensive strategy while continuing to develop under pressure. Turning to the linebackers, the opportunities and challenges are distinctly different, but no less important. The Cowboys have a chance to test younger players like Shamar James and Maris Leaf in meaningful game situations, which is vital for understanding the depth and future potential of the defensive front. The linebacker corps has struggled with consistency this season, and performance gaps have made it clear that the coaching staff must consider how best to allocate snaps to develop talent while maintaining competitiveness. By providing James and Leaf with more responsibility, the team can evaluate their instincts, reaction time, and adaptability in live action. James, who has had limited playing time so far, will be tested in high-pressure scenarios to see how he adjusts to the pace and complexity of the NFL. Leaf's athleticism and versatility allow him to contribute in multiple roles, and expanding his responsibilities now can accelerate his development. The lessons learned from giving these younger players real-time exposure will be essential for off-season decisions, whether that means drafting, free agency, or cultivating internal growth in alignment with the defensive philosophy. Offensive line adjustments are another key area of focus during these final games. Injuries and inconsistent play have forced the team to experiment with different configurations, particularly at the tackle positions. Tyler Gayton's absence and Nathan Thomas' recent starts create an opportunity to see how the lineup responds under pressure and whether these players can sustain success over multiple matchups. Gayton has traditionally been more comfortable on the left side, while Thomas' abilities at right tackle remain largely untested in live conditions. Expanding Thomas' role while monitoring line performance offers a chance to discover which combinations provide stability and which areas need reinforcement before the offseason. Terrence Steele has delivered solid play, but relying solely on him is not a long-term solution. The offensive line is the backbone of both the passing and running games, and assessing how these players operate under game conditions is essential for developing a unit that can protect the quarterback, open running lanes, and ultimately allow the offense to perform at a high level moving forward. The defensive ends are also under the microscope, particularly players like James Houston, whose potential as a situational pass rusher has been evident in flashes. Expanding his role could reveal whether he is capable of more consistent production and impact. Unlike some veterans, whose performance has plateaued, Houston's youth and contract situation make him a candidate for extended development. Offering him more opportunities in games allows the coaching staff to determine if he can contribute more than just specialized plays, providing insight into how he could fit into long-term defensive plans. Meanwhile, players like Sam Williams, who have yet to meet expectations, highlight the necessity of these experiments. As the coaching staff seeks to identify contributors capable of influencing the game consistently, real game evaluation of these players is critical because the knowledge gained cannot be replicated. solely through practice or film study. Understanding how individuals respond to live scenarios is fundamental to constructing a competitive and adaptive defensive front. Tight end play is another area ripe for experimentation. Luke Schoonmaker has displayed athleticism and flashes of potential in key moments, and Brevin Spanford provides an alternative skill set that could complement or challenge the secondary tight end role. The final games offer the perfect laboratory to establish a hierarchy and clarify how each player fits into the offensive scheme, evaluating their performance in coverage situations, their ability to execute blocking assignments, and their chemistry with the quarterback is crucial for informing future roster and training camp decisions. These matchups provide the coaching staff with a real sense of each player's readiness to contribute in significant roles, allowing for smarter planning and allocation of snaps next season. The defensive line rotation continues to require attention, particularly with players like Perry and Winfrey who have had limited exposure due to injuries or situational constraints. The remaining games are an opportunity to integrate these players, gauge their impact, and measure their potential for contributing in the long term. Winfrey's inclusion provides valuable insight into readiness, athleticism, and adaptation to in-game situations. This is not solely about winning these last contests. It is about building a foundation of knowledge and understanding that will directly inform off-season decisions, roster composition, and defensive strategy. By experimenting with rotations, allocating meaningful playing time, and analyzing performance in context, the Cowboys can emerge from these games with a clearer picture of both strengths and areas requiring reinforcement. Moving to the secondary, the Cowboys face a pivotal moment in evaluating younger defensive backs and identifying emerging talent that could shape the team for the coming seasons. With Donovan Wilson likely departing after the year and L. Hooker's future still uncertain, the coaching staff must examine who can step into major roles and provide consistent playmaking ability. Maris Bell and Elijah Clark are two names that demand attention in this process. Bell has experienced an uneven season, struggling at times with run fits and coverage assignments, but the remaining games present an opportunity to determine whether he can stabilize his performance and assume a larger role within the defensive backfield. Clark, on the other hand, has barely seen the field this season, representing untapped potential. Providing him meaningful snaps will allow the team to see if he possesses the instincts, agility, and football IQ to be a long-term contributor in critical matchups. Integrating these younger players into live game situations, even in limited or rotational capacities, offers insights that practice and film study cannot fully replicate. Watching how they react under pressure, read offensive schemes, and adjust in real time will inform off-season planning, draft evaluations, and roster decisions. Additionally, bringing in talent from the practice squad, such as Julius Wood, for limited action can further illuminate which players are prepared to adapt to the speed and complexity of the NFL. These evaluations are essential to establishing a foundation of trust in the secondary as the team navigates roster transitions and prepares for the next season. At running back, Jaden Blue represents another intriguing case for the coaching staff to examine. Drafted in the 5th round out of Texas, Blue has seen minimal action this season, appearing in only 4 games, but the final stretch provides a window to determine his potential as a future contributor. His development hinges not on mere participation, but on consistent execution, understanding the offense, and demonstrating the mental and physical tools necessary to thrive at the NFL level. Malik Davis also offers a complimentary evaluation opportunity, providing a comparative perspective for the coaching staff to assess which young back could emerge as a reliable option moving forward. These remaining games are not about token appearances. They are a chance to observe decision-making, vision, ball security, and responsiveness to in-game challenges. Watching Blue and Davis handle blocking assignments, navigate through defensive fronts, and maintain efficiency in pressure situations will provide essential data for future planning. The team can determine who is ready to compete for playing time in training camp, and how the skill position depth chart may evolve heading into the next season. This stage of evaluation is about aligning talent with opportunity and ensuring that young players receive the exposure necessary to grow while maintaining competitive standards. Returning to the offensive line, the focus continues on assessing depth and adaptability. Nathan Thomas at right tackle remains under observation, as his ability to protect the quarterback, execute run-blocking assignments, and respond to defensive adjustments will influence long-term roster decisions. Even with mixed results, Gaining real game feedback is crucial for understanding his potential fit in the rotation or as a starter. Meanwhile, the left side of the line, particularly if Tyler Gayton returns, will be examined to determine the best configurations and combinations for balance, flexibility, and effectiveness. Reliable offensive line play is the cornerstone of both the passing and running game, and every snap in these final matchups serves as a valuable experiment for evaluating skill, coordination, and the unit's capacity to withstand elite defensive competition. The insights gained here will directly shape off-season priorities and influence the team's approach to player development and acquisition. Defensive end rotations remain a key component of the broader evaluation strategy. James Houston's situational pass rushing ability has been promising, and the coaching staff has an opportunity to see whether he can expand his role and contribute consistently in various defensive packages. Sam Williams' limited production so far reinforces the need to explore extended opportunities for younger ends as the team looks to identify dependable contributors for the future. These evaluations are not only about the present season, but about constructing a defensive front that is capable of competing at a high level for years to come. Examining performance under live conditions, measuring how each player adapts to different scenarios, and tracking consistency will provide the team with actionable insights that are essential for roster planning and off-season strategy. The remaining games are the perfect laboratory to test rotational depth, understand situational strengths, and measure resilience against opposing offenses. Tight end play continues to offer important lessons for the team. Luke Schoonmaker's ability to make athletic plays and demonstrate situational awareness shows glimpses of potential that require nurturing. Brevin Spanford, with his contrasting skill set, presents an alternative that could complement the passing scheme or compete for secondary tight end responsibilities. The final games provide a platform to clarify the pecking order. Observe how these players interact with the quarterback and assess their capacity to contribute consistently in both receiving and blocking duties. Establishing clarity in this position group is vital for off-season planning, roster management, and overall offensive efficiency. By giving these players meaningful repetitions, the coaching staff can evaluate timing, chemistry, and responsiveness to coverage adjustments, providing critical insight into their readiness to contribute next season. Safety and linebacker rotations remain equally critical, particularly as younger players step into more prominent roles. Maris Bell, Elijah Clark, and Shamar James will all have opportunities to show their capability under live conditions. The coaching staff will be observing their positioning, instincts, and adaptability, gaining insights into who can be trusted in high-pressure situations. These evaluations directly influence off-season strategy, determining where the team may need to invest in additional talent and which players can be developed internally. Monitoring their response to varied offensive schemes and unexpected plays is essential to building a reliable core of defensive contributors capable of sustaining competitive performance. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL world, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is reportedly maneuvering behind the scenes to finalize a deal that the league itself allegedly tried to block. Sources close to the situation suggest that Jones, known for his larger-than-life personality and relentless pursuit of business dominance, may have found a loophole or created one entirely allowing him to secure what insiders are calling a mega contract that could reshape the financial landscape of the NFL. The whisper started late last week when industry insiders noticed unusual activity in Dallas, with multiple high-profile agents reportedly in town, and an influx of media chatter that seemed more orchestrated than coincidental. While the league has historically maintained strict oversight on player contracts, team salary caps, and revenue-sharing agreements, it appears Jones may have navigated a gray area, potentially bending the rules without technically breaking them. The specifics of the contract remain unclear, but speculation points to a package that dwarfs existing deals, promising unprecedented guarantees and perks that could redefine player negotiations. Reactions from rival team owners have reportedly been mixed. Some are said to be stunned, questioning how one owner could circumvent the system so boldly, while others are privately congratulating Jones for his ingenuity, albeit begrudgingly. Within the Cowboys organization, sources suggest there is palpable excitement, with executives hinting that the move could attract elite talent to the team. and solidify Dallas as a perennial contender. Meanwhile, the NFL itself is said to be evaluating its next steps. While the league rarely comments on ongoing negotiations or internal legal interpretations, insiders suggest that league officials are concerned about the precedent this deal could set. Could this be the start of a new era in which owners find creative ways around league-imposed restrictions? Or will the NFL strike back to reassert control over its financial ecosystem? Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: Jerry Jones has once again managed to dominate the headlines in a league where risk-taking often defines legacies. This latest maneuver could either cement his reputation as a master strategist or ignite a storm of regulatory backlash. Fans and analysts alike are left to speculate: just how far is Jones willing to push the envelope? And what does this mean for the future of the NFL? That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.